The legend of Abigail Abercrombie, the witch of Brickyard Road. In the backwoods of Phoenix City, where the trees lean too close to the road and the fog crawls low through the pines, there is a stretch of cracked pavement locals avoid after dark. Brickyard Road. Most people who live in Russell County know the story, or at least part of it. Teenagers whisper it at bonfires. Hunters tell it in low voices. Old people refuse to say her name after midnight. Abigail Abercrombie, the witch of Brickyard Road. The first thing Deputy James Howard noticed was the smell. Not rot, not swamp water. It drifted through the trees as he parked his cruiser beside the abandoned church at the end of Brickyard Road. Rain hammered the windshield while thunder rolled somewhere deep beyond the woods. Dispatch had received 3 calls that night. Screaming. Lights in the forest. A missing teenager. James stepped out into the storm, flashlight cutting through the darkness. "Damn it," he muttered. The church sat crooked on its hill like it was sinking into the earth. Windows shattered. Cross snapped in half. Kudzu strangling the walls. And behind it, the wood. Locals said Abigail was buried there standing upright beneath the soil after the town hanged her in 1898. They said the townsfolk feared if she were laid flat, she would claw her way back to the surface. So they buried her vertically, like a stake driven into hell. James didn't believe any of it. At least he didn't before tonight. He found the boy's truck abandoned near the tree line. Doors open. Engine cold. The radio still hissed with static. Then came the voice, crackling through the speakers. Jamie. His blood froze. Only one person used to say his name like that. His mother. Dead 12 years. The radio snapped louder. "James, don't let her see you." Then silence. A branch cracked behind him. James spun around, flashlight shaking. Nothing. Only trees. Tall black trunks stretching upward like bodies hanging from the sky. Then he saw the footprints. Bare feet. Leading into the woods. The deeper he walked, the quieter the world became. No insects. No frogs. No wind. Just the wet crunch of leaves beneath his boots. And the smell. Burned flowers. The flashlight flickered. Ahead, hanging from the branches, were dozens of animal carcasses tied with twine. Rabbits, crows, and foxes. Their mouths sewn shut. James backed away slowly. Then the whispering started. Not one voice. All around him. "She's awake. She wants another husband." He ran. The flashlight beam bounced wildly through the trees until he burst into a clearing. And stopped cold. In the center stood a grave marker almost swallowed by mud and vines. Abigail Abercrombie. Below the name, someone had carved fresh words into the stone. She was never dead. James heard breathing behind him. Slow and wet. He turned. A woman stood between the trees. Tall and impossibly thin. Black dress hanging in strips from her body. Skin gray like drowned flesh. A rope mark circling her neck. And her eyes. Only dark hollows leaking dirt. "You came back to me," she whispered. James stumbled backward. "What the hell are you?" Her mouth opened wider than humanly possible. "You buried me wrong." The ground beneath the grave began to shake. Roots burst upward like veins. Mud split open, and pale hands pushed out from the earth. Dozens of them. Human hands, clawing upward. James tried to run, but something grabbed his leg. One of the hands, cold as ice. Then another. And another. Dragging him toward the grave. He screamed as the dirt collapsed beneath him. The last thing he saw before disappearing into darkness was Abigail standing over the hole, smiling with broken black teeth. "You'll keep me company now." The next morning they found Deputy James' cruiser abandoned near the church. No sign of him, no footprint, no blood. Only one thing remained, written across the windshield in mud. He should have left her buried. The sheriff closed the case 2 weeks later. Missing person, nothing more. But people still talk about strange things on Brickyard Road. Radios speaking in dead voices. Women crying in the woods. Bare footprints appearing on cars overnight. And sometimes, if you stop near the old church after midnight and listen carefully, you can hear dirt moving beneath the ground, like someone trying to climb out.